Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and it's an honor to address a question to the Honourable Leader of the Liberal Party. In the context of this motion, and he made reference to the fact that we've seen previous election campaigns in blips, shall we say, of instances of election crime, essentially, in having calls that misdirected, purporting to be from the Bloc when they weren't. The most comprehensive example of a previous election fraud effort was in Saanich-Gulf Islands in 2008, in which robocalls were made to NDP supporters to get out and support a candidate who was actually no longer in the race. This allegedly and certainly arguably changed the result of the election and denied a Liberal their seat. The NDP were so upset in Saanich-Gulf Islands by the fact of this crime that even though it was a Liberal Party candidate who was the biggest victim, they filed a complaint to Elections Canada, the Liberals filed complaints. Elections Canada simply didn't get to the bottom of it. And I'd like to ask the Honourable Member for Toronto Centre if it's too late to go back to what's essentially a cold case and figure out who stole the election in 2008 in Saanich-Gulf Islands.
The Honourable Member for Toronto Centre, short answer, please.
Well, the simple hard fact is that a lot of calls are hard to trace. And it's no accident that they're hard to trace. Particularly offshore calls are hard to trace. It wouldn't be difficult to place offshore calls into Saanich-Gulf Islands. This is something that we all have to come to grips with. In the world of technology today, to repeat the quote that I made before, in this world today, all you need is a computer and access to the internet, and you can have access to all kinds of things, and it's very difficult to trace them. And I think that's something that we have to take a hold of. I think one of the issues that we need to look at is making sure that all of the calls that are made not only are reported to Elections Canada, but in fact we keep a record of those calls for an extended period of time, Mr. Speaker.